Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since you've seen me and I greatly apologize for that. I've been super busy with school, work, just life in general, just a lot of stuff happening. I have a new background because I moved quite a bit ago, but I have a new background, so that's cool. I've gotten more into playing like PS5 games rather than PC games because we moved and I had to get rid of my PC setup, so I now have my PS5. So actually, that's kind of what this video is about today. I'm going to be reviewing Astrobot and giving you tiny little tips and tricks throughout the game. I will be doing a more in-depth series on like each of the levels and the universes themselves, just like walkthroughs and like finding the people and the puzzle pieces and such. So if you need that, you should subscribe because it'll be here within like the next month, I promise. But yeah, let's get into it. So first, if I don't know if you're aware or not, Astrobot actually started out as Astro's Playroom on the PS5, and before that, there's many different Astro references, and I think games, don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. I know like the PS4 had references to Astrobot. He's just kind of PlayStation's like mascot. All PS5s, when you buy them, they do come pre-downloaded with Astro's Playroom, which is a free game. I love Astro's Playroom. I platinumed it. I got all the trophies for it. I beat it. If y'all want me to drop a tutorial for Astro's Playroom, I can. Totally, 100%. I got you. Don't worry about it. You just gotta let me know. But yeah, so Astro's Playroom is kind of like, it's kind of like a demonstration on how the controller works. It shows you like the different features that it has and the buttons and the vibrations, motion controls, things like that. Astrobot was recently released. I don't know exactly when, don't quote me on it. Sometime 2024, kind of like late 2024 it was released. And I had the privilege of getting it kind of close to when it came out. It's a good game. I highly recommend playing Astro's Playroom first and beating it and then doing Astrobot, because Astro's Playroom, it's just kind of like a smooth introduction. You can still definitely play Astrobot by itself without ever playing Astro's Playroom. I just highly recommend playing Astro's Playroom first. Wow, I said Astro's Playroom a lot. Okay, so yeah, let's actually get into the game itself. Okay, so at the beginning of the game of Astrobot, you are flying in a PS5 spaceship. It's a PS5 that's flying as a spaceship with Astrobot and a bunch of other little Astrobot buddies. I don't know what they're actually called. I just call them Astrobot buddies. You're flying with, I'm looking at my TV because it has the game up there. And this green alien dude comes and he steals, I believe it's the processor. Don't quote me on that. He steals the processor and he runs away and he leaves. And then the ship crashes in what is known as the crash site. On the crash site, you get a little antenna dude come down. I don't know the technicalities for any of these things. I'm sorry. But a little antenna dude comes down and you have to go save him, and then he starts opening up these different universes that you have to go that have the levels in them. So for all of the universes, they unlock one after another. Whenever you get them all, you should end up with the gorilla universe, an octopus, a snake, a chameleon, and a bird, I believe. So the first universe that you unlock is called Gorilla Nebula. In Gorilla Nebula, there's 42 people that you have to find, and I believe 16 puzzle pieces. But you only have 2 alternate levels, like alternate dimension levels in this universe. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll make a whole video on those if you want. But yeah, the gorilla level is super easy. I would give it like a solid 10 out of 10. Gorilla Nebula is super easy to get through. It's basically where you learn like how to play the game, the controls, the enemies, things like that. It's super straightforward. Some of the hidden levels that'll show up, I don't know what they're called. I think they're called the void levels. I believe in the gorilla, they are triangles. I'm not sure. That's probably wrong. But they're little shapes that go off of the buttons on the PS5 controller. Those are difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Those are kind of hard. I've stopped playing the game on more than one occasion because those are just really difficult. The game does a really good job of showing you how to play the game. Like, I know that's super straightforward and kind of obvious that a game would show you how to play the game, but this game does a super good job of, like, gradually moving you up slowly as you understand what you're doing. The next universe that you encounter after you beat the gorilla, you're gonna encounter Tentacle System, which is, it has one of my favorite levels in the entire game in it. Is called Downside Surprise. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it is, I think it showcases some of the best platforming that I've ever seen in a video game. I absolutely love Downside Surprise, and I've seen a bunch of people reviewing the exact same opinion. The Tentacle System, I would say it's kind of where it starts getting a little more difficult. I'm currently working on it in terms of platinuming it. The first time I went through, I didn't get all the hidden people, and I didn't get all the puzzle pieces, and I also missed some of the levels that I was supposed to get, the hidden levels. I'm currently working on that one. It's proved to be kind of difficult, but it's manageable. It's like a comfortable difficult, where you have like that struggle that everyone looks for in gameplay, where it's like you don't want it to be too easy. The boss at the very end is a giant octopus, so keep that in mind. It's not too terribly difficult to beat. I don't think any of the bosses are really hard to beat. I just think it might take a couple tries, but once you get down like their moves and what you have to do, it's really super easy. There is also a character level in this universe as well, which I'm not going to tell you what game it is or anything because I don't want to give it away, but it is amazing, and I was so happy when I unlocked it. Super easy. I want to give this universe about a 10 out of 10 as well. You know, it's still got that good difficulty to it where you don't get it all in the first try, but it's not super hard. And I will say some of the levels in this game are unbearably difficult, so I'm going to give a solid 10 out of 10 for the Tentacle System. After you defeat the octopus at the end of the Tentacle System, you're going to unlock Serpent Starway. Serpent Starway has 42 people you can find, 16 puzzle pieces, and 2 alternate levels. I believe they all have 2 alternate levels. I'll update y'all later if that is not the case, but I'm pretty sure all the universes have 2 alternate levels. Serpent Starway is kind of where it starts getting difficult. I will say that this specific universe has made me really question whether I want to finish the game or not. The void levels that appear in this universe are these circle ones. They're red, and oh my god, all I can say is, oh my god, they are so difficult. I think the thing about this game is that everything, it seems super difficult, but once you get it down, it's like, how did I not catch this before? You know what I mean? So I'll say I'm still struggling on this world, but I have beat all the levels, and it was a journey. It's hard, it's difficult. The final boss in this universe is Lady Venomara. She is a big snake, and she's not too terribly difficult to beat, but she is kind of irritating. There is also a character level to unlock in this world as well. Again, not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil it. It's super fun, really cool, and I love that they did that. Okay guys, that was a weird cut there. I'm sorry, my phone stopped recording and I had to mess around with it a little bit, but we're back. And we're just going to move right on to the next universe. After you defeat the serpent, Lady Venomora, I believe, your next universe that's going to open up is called Camo Cosmos. It has 40 missing people, 16 puzzle pieces, and 2 alternate levels. Camo Cosmos is difficult. It's decently difficult. I haven't fully beaten it yet. I mean, like, I've gone through all the levels, but I haven't gathered all the people and whatnot. I think I only have like 27 out of 40 missing people. So I'm I'm kind of far from there. I want to say this one is kind of where I started questioning if I really, really cared that much about beating the game. I do. So I'm still here. The way it plays is a good level. Like, it's a good universe. It's just like the other ones. It's really good platforming and good music. The music, amazing. The music in the first level, I believe it's called Hieroglyph Pyramid, something like that. The music in that is top tier. I don't know who they chose to do the music for this, but they need a raise and maybe something else. Like, the music is spot on. The boss that you fight at the very end is a big chameleon, as you would guess. I believe it's called Mechaleon, like chameleon, but Mechaleon. I don't know, but that's what it is. I think it took me about 4 or 5 tries to finally beat him. I want to say he might be one of the harder bosses in this game. There is also a character level in this universe. I have never heard of the game that it's a part of. I've never heard of it. I've never played it. But I'm still not going to spoil it for you in case you have. I don't want to, like, ruin your bubble. Okay, that's going to be it for Camo Cosmos. After you beat Camo Cosmos, you unlock Feather Cluster, which is the bird world. I'm going to say Feather Cluster probably has the most to find out of all of the other universes. There's 48 missing people, 19 puzzle pieces, but there is still only 2 alternate universes. It's decently difficult. It's pretty hard. It took me a while to beat almost every level. I had to go back and do about 3 or 4 times. So, like I said at the very beginning, this game does get progressively harder as you go. It's so slow of a progression that you almost don't notice it. Like, the first time I went around and played this game, I did not realize it was getting harder. I just thought the game itself was difficult and terrible. When in reality, it does get harder. As I'm going back and trying to beat all these other levels, I'm like, wow, these first levels are easy peasy compared to this last one that made me want to cry a lot. Like, these levels do get hard, but I think that's kind of the joy of the game, is that it's not just easy all the way through. Like, you have progression to get to the end. This universe has my favorite character world of all time. I was beyond joy when I saw what it was. I'm not going to spoil it. But it is absolutely breathtaking. I took so many screenshots in this character world. It's absolutely stunning, and I can't say anything else about it. But this universe gets, I'm going to say, a 7 out of 10. Only a 7 because of that character world. Like, that's the only reason it gets such a high vote, in my opinion. So, after you beat all those universes, you don't even have to beat them, honestly, but once you find the alternate levels within the universes, it will open up to another galaxy. That galaxy, that kind of universe, it's called the Lost Galaxy. There's 55 lost people in it and 22 puzzle pieces, so it is the absolute biggest of all of them. I'm gonna say the levels in there are also probably the hardest. I haven't played all of them. I've played a few of them. The ones that I played were very difficult. But overall, I'm gonna say the galaxy is a really good touch. I really like it when games have, like, those extra secret levels that you can find. Because I feel like it's always over too soon, and when there's extra levels, I have a little twinge of hope that I still get to play the game and have new levels. So, next, I'm going to cover the crash site, which is where the PS5 lands at the very beginning of the game. The crash site, it does have people on it that you can find, as well as puzzle pieces. There's 34 people and 11 puzzle pieces, I believe. The crash site is where you can go see all the people you've rescued, saved, as well as, like I said, save other people and find new puzzle pieces. You can also unlock customization for your little ship, which your ship looks like a controller with wings. It's super cute. But you can unlock that customization for your ship. You can unlock the camera, so you can take pictures, which I believe that's an achievement to platinum the game, is taking pictures. You can unlock, if you played Astro's Playroom, you know that when you get coins, there's like a little gumball machine type deal that you can spend your coins at. You can unlock that in Astrobot. That's one of the things you can unlock with the puzzle pieces. So the crash site is kind of just where you go to look at everything you've collected. And very last but not least, there is the Deja Vu Dimension. That is the big boss. That is the very last thing that you play in the game. Unless you're like me and you just had to go back and beat it and whatnot. The Deja Vu Dimension is where you fight the final boss, which in my opinion, he was way easier than any of the other bosses in the game. So do not fret. He is so easy. It's really cool. You get like all your little space buddies next to you helping you fight him. I'm gonna give that one about a 4 out of 10 just because I really thought it would be more difficult to fight the final boss, you know? In Astro's Playroom, the final boss took me about 25 million tries. Absolutely hated it. Gut-wrenching hated it. It was so hard. So I feel like they definitely did kind of dial it back in this game. But I still see the motive, the momentum that they were going for, you know? Very final, I do just want to mention, after you beat the game, you unlock Stellar Speedway, which is just a bunch of time trials, like speed runs that you have the option to do. There is 10 people you can find in there. At the end of each speed run, you can save a person. So that's cool. They also had the speedruns in Astro's Playroom, if you played that, so they're kind of the same thing. They're kind of similar. Okay, guys, well, that is the end of my rant about Astrobot. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like some tutorials or walkthroughs on any of these levels, please comment below and let me know, because I would be more than happy to create more content for y'all. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.